everybody, sorry you keep waiting. I've decided to use another apparatus, which is my phone, because I really had trouble trying to connect, but the show must go on. So thank you for those of you who are patiently waiting. Yep, so we're going to make do with my phone today. Alright, and I hope you can see me pretty clear. You can see my panic mode earlier on, but okay, everything is cool now. So we're just gonna wait for most of you to come online, okay, while I will start. Okay, hi, hello. Okay, just let me adjust. Okay, hi. Okay, so, well, actually this angle is also pretty nice, just that I need to show you my pen like that. Okay, so all's good now. I don't know what happened to my Wi-Fi. Maybe because I don't know, I really don't know why. Okay, so anyways, hi. Yes, thank you. Alright, awesome. Okay, hi. Thank you for waiting. Come on, everyone. Yes. Okay, so what we're going to do today, I'm going to share with you information on how do you freeze some certain foods and also how do you thaw them. On top of that, I'm also going to teach you a gyoza recipe. So why did I choose these gyoza recipes? Because the gyozas actually can be frozen pretty well, and you don't need to really thaw them before you cook them, right? So it's actually quite good for you to actually make it in batches, then freeze it. So I'm going to teach you how you freeze it, then later on I'm going to teach you the recipe. Okay, so basically for foods that are good for freezing, we need to understand that things that are made with soups or creams will not do very well in the freezer. So hence we don't really like to freeze such foods. Okay, that's one thing. Second thing is that if you need to make them in batches, you need to remember you need to really cool your food first, really cool it properly before you put it into Ziploc bags, okay, or containers like that. Remember, you need to put them in packages that are really the meaning to say it's a serving size that you want, right? Because what's going to happen is that if you're going to put one whole batch of food, for example, like 20 gyozas, you're going to take them out and thaw them, and what's going to happen is that after you thaw them, you're going to cook all of those, right? So it's important we need to package them into individual portions like that. Okay, so something like this would be good, all right, to put the gyoza in. So what I did really, okay, yesterday was I prepared some gyoza already, okay, and because I was fiddling so much and trying to be connected, it's a little bit thawed now, but I just want to show you this is how the frozen gyoza would look like. Right? Yeah, so something like this. Okay, so it will look like that. So it's really pretty well. So what you need to do for the gyoza, alright, it's cook the ingredients first, then wrap it up. So then you need to make sure they don't stick together, because what's going to happen if you put them all together like that, right? It will stick. Okay, so you don't want it to be sticky, so you need to put them separately. Put them in the freezer like that. After they're frozen, take them out. And then you can, because they can really separate pretty well like that, right? Then you put it into the cooler, to the Ziploc bag like this. Okay, then you can put them properly. Okay, all right. So this is gyoza. You can freeze gyozas. Other foods you can freeze are things like your meats, of course. Cook them first, portion them out. Gravies and soups without cream and milk are good alternatives to freeze them. Reason why you want to freeze our foods is it will save cooking time. So choose one day where you do batch cooking. Of course, you need to look at how much time your freezer will have. And then after that, cook them, cool them properly. Remember, the tip is to cool them first really well, then put them into portions like that. Okay. Remember, you're going to put liquids all into the bag like this. It's going to accumulate over here. Right, so what you need to do is you need to lay it flat. Once you lay it flat in the freezer like that, it will freeze like this. So what's going to happen is that when you store, you will save space and you will store it up, standing up like that. Okay, so this is a tip for you to for frozen foods. Okay, so now we are going to teach you how to do gyoza today. I understand, yes, we can buy frozen gyozas out there, you can do that, not a problem at all. But what's important is that we have sometimes a lot of time now at home, so I want to teach all of you how to make this gyoza that's without preservatives. You can preserve them on your own, right? Just put it in the freezer. Okay, so I'm going to show you the ingredients today. So I'm going to use cabbage. Alright, so these cabbage are actually the Chinese type of cabbage, so they look like the longish type, okay, not the round type of cabbage. Alright, so will be a longish type. Okay, so next time I will show you how it originally looks. Okay, for certain vegetables which I need to show you all properly. Okay, so it's like this. I've got some mushrooms, okay, cut into cubes like that. You notice that the cabbage is cut in strips and the mushrooms are cut like that. Okay, reason being because when you cut up the cabbage, it actually shrinks a lot, so there's no need for you to chop it up so finely. Whereas for mushrooms, you know, it would be much better if you cut it like that because it doesn't take up so much space in the gyoza. And we have all our lovely herbs. We have our onions, we have our ginger, which is grated. Of course, I understand if you don't like some certain ginger, then you can omit them. We have garlic and spring onions. Okay, alright. And next, we also have got some huadiaojiu. Okay, you can use shaoxingjiu if you like, okay, but just cooking wine. We have my favorite, right, reduced salt soya sauce and some oil. Okay? And you also can add sesame oil if you like, alright, just to flavor it a little bit more. And not forgetting, we have our gyoza skin. So these are bought. You can buy it from the supermarket. Right? So remember, if you're going to make, only take them out when you want to make it, because what's going to happen is that if you take it out all in once, alright, it's going to get very soft. Alright, so what's going to happen is that you will find it very hard to wrap it. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to place this back into the fridge because I'm going to cook my vegetables first. Okay, so I'll be back in the jiffy. Alright, just going to run to the fridge to put it back first. Hi, I'm back. Okay. Alright, so now let's do the vegetables. Let's start cooking the vegetables. Right, so for a pan, okay, you need to heat up the vegetables. So the important thing to make the ingredient, the important tip when you are cooking your vegetables, especially for gyoza, is that you need to make sure the vegetable or the water is actually drained. Right, so let's say if you don't have the time to let the water evaporate, meaning to say your vegetables are all cooked, what you need to do is just drain the vegetables out, okay, so that the liquid doesn't go into your gyoza. It's going to make it really very mushy. So ingredients for your gyoza, we use cabbage today. Cabbage are naturally very high in water content. It's got a lot of fiber in there. However, if you want it to have a different texture, you can add any other vegetables like your green leafy vegetables. You can try. Even broccoli goes very well, you know, broccoli and mushrooms. So broccoli is rich in antioxidants, but the recipe I'm using today will be the traditional type of cabbage. Of course, mushrooms, if you notice, I use a lot of mushrooms in my cooking. So for mushrooms, it will be the ones that has really high in antioxidants, has been known to reduce the risk of cancer as well. You can add in carrots if you like, right? Why? Carrots, again, my favorite ingredient, you know, it's high in vitamin A, so it's good to also add them in for some color if you like. Right, so you know, you can put anything in the gyoza. Just remember, if you are going to have it frozen, don't put cheese in there, because cheese is also a very good way to put a good ingredient to put in your gyoza. Okay, just that sometimes it doesn't stick very well and it doesn't go very well with in the freezer. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I am going to just fry my ginger, right, and put in all the herbs in here. So the herbs I've added in are your onions, your garlic, and your spring onions. So these are all good starters to make your food really flavoursome. It helps reduce our chance, or rather it enhances the taste so well. There's no need for you to add in so much of our salt. Right, so the rule to this, okay, or the remember when you're cooking ingredients for your gyoza, you need to make sure it's pretty dry. So no adding of any more liquids, because you're trying to get rid of the liquids. Right, so I'm just going to put this, fry this a little bit more. Okay. So gyoza is actually a good way to eat because they're easy to pick up. So good for children as well. Second, it is also a very handy snack sometimes, just that when you're cooking it later on, okay, you need to have a little bit more time to cook it. So I'm just going to fast forward the process where I will just get ready my ingredients. I have already some ready ingredients already, so show you how you wrap it and fry it. Okay. So after which, add in your mushrooms. Okay, so later on I'll just bring it closer to the camera, to my phone, to show you how it looks like. Okay, so okay, just stir fry it first and make sure that there's no more liquids in there. Okay. Yes, Beatrice. How do you freeze your foods? I've shared with you, okay, how you freeze your foods earlier. I can repeat it later on, or if not, you can stay tuned to our Telegram channel where we will be adding or sending you, broadcasting the notes for you. Okay, so how you freeze your foods is, let's say we're talking about cooked foods. Okay, if it's cooked foods, then yes, remember I told you earlier, for those of you who are here, that we need to make sure they are cooked properly first. Break them into batches which you will want to use them. Okay. Make sure they are cooked, put them in the clean containers like freezer bags or containers, boxes like that. Remember, you need to label them properly, the date where you have frozen it, the day you put in the freezer. Okay, make sure, you know, if it's blue, you can use blue ink for fish, for example, because sometimes when you freeze foods, right, out it comes, you don't remember what it is. Right, then you can use red for meat, green for vegetables, example. Right, so up to you to decide. Then write down the name, put down the date, put it into the freezer. Okay, so let me just add in. So my mushrooms are pretty dry. Okay, so I'm going to add in my cabbage. Okay, you hear the sizzling sound, right? Okay, so this is, hello. Okay, so put in cabbage first, fry it. Okay, then add in your other sauces. Okay, like your soya sauce, okay, 1 tablespoon. Okay. Later on, I'll share with you how you thaw your food properly. Okay, and then this. Okay. So this, added this in, right, the wine. Of course, if you can't take alcohol, it's for children. You add it a little, it's okay, because the alcohol will evaporate, so no worries about the alcohol content. Okay, if you don't want to add in, it's okay. You can add in other things like fish sauce as well, but that will change the taste of it, so it won't be like you know, more oriental. But okay, no problem at all, right? Because you're doing your own meals, you can decide how it tastes like. Then add in the pepper. Okay. So what you need to do, right, basically is just to cook it till it's really dry, right? So to save time, I prepared an earlier portion for you, and I'm going to show you how it looks like. Here you go. Princess Zeng. Okay, now you see. So it looks like this after it's cooked. Okay, yeah. Right. So I'm just going to put this away so that it doesn't look so, you know, it doesn't take up so much of the space, right? So that we will show you how to fold the gyoza. Okay, now, alright, so what I want to do now is to show you how to wrap the gyoza. So first, make sure you have got some water first, okay, down here, and the, okay, so gyoza, I'm going to put this properly first. I'm going to get my gyoza skin, hang on. Remember, before you use your gyoza skin, remember you need to make sure that it is cooked. Okay, don't leave it out in the open for too long, because what's going to happen, it will stick together. Alright? Okay, so the question for Beatrice, right? No problem at all. It's okay. I always repeat, no problem. Whether you want to put your food, is it for frozen? Thanks for, you want to freeze the food. Do I have to cook it 100%? Yes, it depends on what you want to freeze. So let's say if it's a gyoza, then you need to cook the ingredients in there first and then take it out and then freeze it. Means wrap it up and then freeze it. Okay, reason being because certain foods, especially like raw meat and all, that's fine. No, but you want to save time, you want to cook the food first thoroughly, then put into the freezer, so when you take out, it's already ready for you to cook, you know, for the meal. So that's the difference, right? So it depends on how you want your food to be, but what we are suggesting is that yes, you freeze foods that doesn't have the shelf life will be a bit shorter, but at the same time you want to prepare ready to cook meals, so that's why we are freezing it. Alright, so what we do is that you get a piece like that, add water at the sides. Okay, so add water at the sides. So using a spoon, you just scoop up one. Okay, put it in the middle like this. Not too much, okay, not so greedy, because what's going to happen is that your gyoza okay, will be really hard to put together, and later on when you fry it will burst. Okay, so that. Okay. So what you need to do, okay, wrap it up like that. Okay, fold the sides together first, properly. Okay. Of course, if you want it to be really easy, it's just like that, right? But you want to make it look like real gyoza, what do? You fold it. Okay, so fold it like that. So fold it once, okay, then fold it another time, like this, okay, another time. So to make it look like a gyoza, you need, okay, remember when you fold it in, you need to press it down, okay, press it down again, like this. So you need to be really gentle, but remember, add a little bit more pressure when you press the folds down, because you want it to really stick together. So this is how your gyoza will look like. Okay, there are many ways to do it. So this is an easy way to do. So remember, practice makes perfect. I'm sure all of you will be able to do this pretty well. Right, so this is how your gyoza will look like. Okay? No, Kimchi, I didn't make the skin. I bought it at the supermarket. Right, this is how it looks like. Okay, so what happens is that, so let's say it's already cooked, it's already prepared like that, right? So you just need to add it in here, okay, and then freeze it. Remember just now I was saying that for gyoza, you don't want it to stick together, because when they are wet, they stick together very well. So remember, you need to put it separately, okay, have a space in between, so when you freeze it, when you take it out, they don't stick together. That's important. Alright, okay. So then what's next is, let's say the next day you want to take out for cooking. Just take it out, okay, and then pop it into the pan, and then you fry it, right? So when you pop it into the pan to fry it, remember, you don't need to thaw it. Just take it out from the freezer and start pan frying it, alright? And this is how it will look. Okay, can? Alright, so how many of you here want to see me pan fry the gyoza? I can do that, because I'm just worried, you know, that the timing wise, you want to see how I pan fry the gyoza, please give me a thumbs up or say yes, pan fry, so I know I can continue. Can we stir fry instead of pan fry? Okay, hi Mark. No, you can't really stir fry these because the skins are really quite thin. So if you're going to stir fry it, what might happen, or most likely going to happen, is that the skins will break, because when you stir fry, you're using a spatula, you know, to do that. Okay, so it's important not to. Okay, so alright, I'm going to pan fry it. Okay, so I'm going to get my pan again. You know, a one woman show is like kitchen dash, diner dash. Okay, so I'm going to now go in and get my pan. Okay, so give me a minute, can? Okay, so let me just put it in. Okay, so to pan fry, you need to find a cover for your pan, which I already have it here. Okay, I have it here. I'm just now going to get my pan out. Okay, I'm back. So I've got a question, right? Someone was asking me whether I need to cool the pan, the ingredients first. Yes, you need to do that, because what's going to happen is that if you don't, the skin will break very fast. So you need to cool it. So put on a plate and cool it first, so then you can use it to wrap it later on. Okay? So to pan fry the gyoza, what you need to do is that you put some oil. Okay, remember you need to have some water on hand, because you need to pour a little bit of water on it and cover it up. Alright, so the ingredients in there are already, oh sorry, it's air fry, was it? Oh sorry. sorry Mark. Oh okay, air fry, yes, you can air fry for sure. Of course you can air fry. So sorry about that. Thank you guys for letting me know. Yeah, right. Okay, so heat it up. Okay, so heat up the oil. In here you can add sesame oil. You can do that. Okay, so add sesame oil for this fragrance. Then the gyozas. Okay. Heat up the pan. So after you heat up the pan, you need to lower the heat. Remember, you're not going to deep fry your foods and you're pan frying it. So for this gyoza, I could say that it is a healthier alternative, meaning to say that you are using a healthier cooking method. Why? Because you are pan frying your food. pan frying food means you put in a little bit of oil and not the deep fried type, so that will help in reducing your oil intake. Plus you're using a non-stick pan, so really, you know, the non-stick pan can work also. Alright, okay, steam. Beatrice says steam easiest for me. Yeah, you can add it in the soup also, that's also okay. That if you add it in the soup, then maybe your ingredients you want to change, you know, to get more of the meats in there. Okay. Alright, so the pan is a little hot now. I'm going to add in the gyoza. You notice, right, once it gets very, very soft. Okay? It gets very soft. Huh? So if you're going to make a lot, like 20, then you think you don't have the time to, you know, to be very quick, what you need to do is that you need to lay the pan or the plate with some flour so that it doesn't stick. Right, so I'm just going to put it down. I'm going to show you all later, okay, how it's done. I'm going to put it like that because you want the sides to pan fry. Okay, so plus also for this cooking method, we're using a little bit of water. So for the water, you don't need to add so much oil also. Okay, so once you put it in the pan, you need to make sure it's totally cooked on one side before you lift it up. Because what's going to happen is that the skin will tear if you don't. Okay, so make sure. Okay, so don't shift it anymore. Can? Okay. Alright. So just put it like that. Okay. So then once it's around 2 to 3 minutes, right, you notice that already 1 to 2 minutes, you notice that it's already quite golden. So remember your heat, you need to reduce the heat, not going to turn out very charred. So other alternatives you can put in your gyoza, as earlier mentioned, I did before, I've done mushrooms and cheese. So that will allow kids to eat more vegetables also. You can add in things like broccoli, I was mentioning earlier. So if you want to freeze them, you can. You can add in the meat as well, that's not a problem. Okay, so that's okay as well. So I'm just going to lift this up. Okay, so once, right, it's a little bit on the fried side, okay, then you add in a little bit of water. Okay, so I'm just going to add in a little bit of my water. Once you add the water in, you need to cover it with the pan. So you actually keep the juices inside there. Alright. Okay, so right, so do the same, pan fry at the other side, and then it will turn out like this. So remember the way to do it is to make sure that the heat is really, really much lower. Okay, alright, can. Okay, so if you have no further questions, we have came to the end of our session today. So tomorrow is Good Friday, so please enjoy your public holiday. On Saturday, I'll be back again and to teach you how to cook bihun in the rice cooker. On Sunday, we will share with you avocado mousse cups, so where I will get my sons to join in. So parents out there, or even if you have a sweet tooth, you know, please join us. Everybody, you know, could just join us. Alright? Okay, so sorry for the delay today, but I think it turned out pretty okay, you know, talking on the phone with all of you here. Right? Okay, so please stay tuned to our recipe, and to thaw your food, just want to add, don't forget to put the meats, especially if it's meats and raw food. You know, you can't leave it on the kitchen counter. You need to put it in the fridge, right, and let it thaw. If you've got a big piece of meat, remember, don't leave it out for you need to use a longer time to thaw it, so put it overnight, that's fine. Okay, so never ever leave your foods at the kitchen table, right, to thaw it. For gyozas, for meats, you know, the cooked meats, then you can, again, same thing, leave it out there. But for gyoza, don't cook it when it's already thawed. It's okay for you to cook it when it's frozen. That's fine. Alright? Okay. Bye-bye, everybody. See you on Saturday. Have a good public holiday and enjoy your lunch. Bye-bye.